Alpha Peter Channel Morning News on this Wednesday morning, September 28, 2016. And good morning to you all on this lovely Wednesday morning, September 28, 2016. Here are your news and odds. Top story at 8:30 on this Wednesday morning is Russia implicated in shooting down Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 over Ukraine. El Cajon, California. A black man is died after police shot him in El Cajon, California, sparking protests in the suburb of northeast of San Diego. The day after a year, the presidential candidate met Witz with a decidedly impossible to report during the first of his mate, Hillary Clinton claimed to won the night, while Donald Trump's incident was about to win. And battle German leader Deutsche Bank saw some respite from recent sale Wednesday after Seoul News helped the stock push off record lows. Correspondent around the world on the death of former Israeli President Shimon Peres, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate and elder serving to Israeli politics at the age of 93. Pope Francis described the bombing of Aleppo in Syria, saying that those responsible for killing the civilians left answer God. More than 200 foreign tourists were feared trapped in an Indonesian volcano Wednesday after the peak erupted and sent a plume of ash 6,500 feet in the air, officials said. High Court Justice Philippa Whipple made the order after the militant solicitor Duchess of Cambridge fiance James Mathis went in court against person-to-person unknown in the world, responsible for the act. Bangkok, Thailand, 40s threatened to arrest emergency international speakers were sent to hold news conference Wednesday for police to report a detailing and allegations of torture ends on the military and police caused the rights to group. Dhaka, Bangladesh, on Wednesday, said repeating interviews to the Internal Affairs by a SOC member country probably pulling out a group summit in Islamabad a day after India declared not to participate in the event and heightened. Semblam, Indonesia. The father of a Muslim boy arrested after taking a homemade clock to his downstairs school. A sued conservative commentator Glenn Beck and a Texas American claimed they falsely portrayed them as terrorists. The mother Indian woman charged with murdering her 2 children Monday said she was not surprised by the charges discovered and was crazy and evil. New York over the 3 days since just won a bridge gate trial. Chief witness David Wallstein has run in the circle of people he contends to know more than they have publicly admitted about the plot to close lanes on the George Washington Bridge. The father, New York and New Jersey bomber suspect Ahmad Ramani, told ABC News that his wife and one of the sons that have been detained in Afghanistan after being pulled off on a flight into Dubai questioned 16 hours by a 40 days air. Washington, the United States surpassed the target of resettled in Syria or refugees that the State Department said it announced additional humanitarian aid to Syria. Euclid, Ohio. An Ohio high school football player is deaf as officially been ruled as a game related as 3-7 enacted blow to the abdomen, an official said. Los Angeles, the 2 men who rushed the stage during the Dance with the Stars tribute to protest Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte in charge, official said. Santa Cruz, California, the wildfire at the mountains near Santa Cruz, California has quickly run to scorch 2,050 acres and prompted hundreds of evacuations of 40, he said. Anheuser-Busch and Bevan SAB Militia hold an approved deal. It's a class 1 recall. Tyson Foods just issued a voluntary recall for 2 of its chicken nugget products. The company decided to issue recalls to receive complaints from customers who have discovered a foreign matter in food. British Airways part of IAGSA and then the largest shareholder. Gator Airways has agreed to set up a joint business that will see the code share of flights, linking dozens of destinations while operating a joint timetable to share revenue costs. Headed into Tuesday's Reuters report to Wall Street that fretted about the strength of the world's largest athletic gear maker at the time, with Under Armour, Adidas, and Wild were personally struggling in the competitive North American market. Vancouver, British Columbia, is what's the largest capital investment in provincial history. The government of British Columbia will welcome the sanction of the liquefied natural gas facility. Stavanger, Norway. Norwegian energy company Statoil is set to pull out a rig contract as the commission of North Sea gas field moves ahead of the schedule. Washington. Oil field service board for international ingredients pay a penalty that settle charges that inflated incidents and report to the lab with projections, the SEC said. Houston, Dutch supermajor Shell was said was spending $350 million to increase its holdings over the two companies with a strong position in the U.S. and Gulf of Mexico. Looking at stocks now is that up is 18,228.30, SP 5,259.3, and Nasdaq 5,305.71. Not everyone is rejoicing in the fall of the birth of a seemingly healthy three-parent baby early this year, which is detailed in a study published in the Scientific Journal on Tuesday. The spaceship that SpaceX is building to colonize Mars will also take people out to the Jupiter's ocean over the moon, Europe, and beyond, company funding, and CEO Elon Musk said. NASA kicked up an internet firestorm with its search into the tilted of Earth's aspects that's called the traditional astrological signs that strip slightly. First, we had a supermoon to be on our lookout for, then a blood moon and now a black moon. What's going on? Yes, right at we got a seemingly new phenomenon of black moon and their false sky watchers. America has become the first region in the world to be free of measles pollen. 22-year vaccination drive against the disease, which continues to affect tens of thousands of people globally, the Pan American Health Organization said Tuesday. The nation's Blue Cross Blue Shield plans have been a firewall of sorts by considering it for undercoverage under the Affordable Care Act, even as the three of the nation's largest health insurers, Aetna, Humana, and United Health Group, scale back there. Time is necessary when people get strictly acute asthmatic stroke to treatment and use of stent revolvers. The virus says that remove the ball cut like pulling a carb cut wide ball has proven to be a breakthrough for removing. Washington. Former Miss Universe Alicia Machado struck back Tuesday against Donald Trump. By Donald Trump said he was aggressive but really rude. Joe Biden encourages students about the Drexel Valley. Peter Chalusa, 37 minutes. Time out for New England Incident Report. Boston, Massachusetts, McLean Highway, Curtis Street, one party expensive to jobs. EMS reported traumatic arrest. Peter Chalusa is now 8:38, and it's time out for Sports Report. Last night, the Boston Red Sox fall to the New York Yankees 6-4. Tonight, the Sox and Yankees go out again 7:05 p.m. with the Red Sox neither win or Toronto lost to get the AL East. The league's dominant defensive force re-injured his back during his Week 3 loss to the New England Patriots. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reported today quoted the multiple sources with direct knowledge of the situation. Conor McGregor was sports event a chance at history in March. He'll get into November instead of what's going to be the biggest event ever for the UFC. Serena Williams has expressed fears and frustration about police violence against African Americans, wanted on Facebook that she would be silent. The New England Patriots Smith put secure team turned 7 days for gave Smith to the unit limited to build a week fee. We had set up for Jimmy Collins, the Patriots shut out the Houston Texans. Peter Chalusa, 8:38 on this Wednesday morning, and it's time now for a American Transit Report. Let's start off on the MBTA. Where the Green Line station eastbound delays to the disabled train to Heinz Convention Center. Fitchburg train 410 has about a Fitchburg operated 10-50 minutes late due to the final preparation to open out of Wachusett. Franklin train 742 831 from Northwood Central expected to arrive North Central 10-50 minutes late due to an aerial mechanical issue. Franklin train 708 704 inbound departed from Sparkin is over 50 train minutes basket due to the mechanical issue. Please board Franklin train 718 on the lower level platform on the Franklin Bridge side of the Greenville Station until further notice. Canadian train 606 810 a.m. inbound is operating 5-10 minutes behind to go between Hershey and South Station due to speed restriction and Ferry Zale looking good. Take a look at highways and byways of New England on the Merritt Parkway is south by side. It is slow from Fairfield all the way out to New Canaan. 95 south by Fairfield all the way out of Greenwich. 95 is south by side back to the Bridgeford out to New Haven. 91 is south by side back to the New Haven. 84 west by side slow from the Newtown and Denbury stretch is 84 east by the west by side back to the Waterbury stretch. 91 is south by side slow around 95 New Haven. 91 is north by side back to Middletown all the way out to Hartford. 84 east by side it is back to Newport all the way out to Hartford. 91 on both ends is back to the Woods and the downtown Hartford, Connecticut. 91 on the northbound southbound side is back to 291 to 57 in Springfield. Central Massachusetts 290 eastbound side is back to from Auburn all the way out to Route 9 in Worcester. 146 on the northbound side back to 290 Worcester. 190 on the northbound side it is back to from Clinton. 290 190 southbound side slow before 290 Worcester. 146 on the northbound side is back to around Route 99 and Lincoln went on 99 northbound side back to 122 to 126. 146 and southbound side is back to around Route 15. 95 southbound side back to the protected stretch. 95 on the northbound side is back to from Airport Connector work all the way to the Mass Pike. All the way to 195. 195 westbound side is back to eastbound side to downtown Providence. 610 connector. So from Route 6 to 95. 195 eastbound side it is so from 24 in Fall River to Route 88 Westport. Route 600 westbound side is back to Sedgwick. Route 60 eastbound side is back to 144 in Dennis to Harwich. Route 1 on the northbound side it is back to from Walpole to Route 128 Canton. 24 on the northbound side is back to from Harrison Boulevard to Route 128 Canton. Route 3 on the northbound side is back to the Derby City Hammond to Main Street Split. 120 southbound side is back to from Randolph to the Main Street Split. 120 on the northbound side is back to from Route 1 and Dedham all the way out to Route 20 Waltham. 120 on the northbound side is back to from 95 all the way to Route 114. 120 southbound side is back to Littlefield all the way out to Waltham. Mass back on the eastbound side, it is back to from Millbury all the way out to Framingham, and then did back again from Natick all the way out to Newton. Mass back westbound side is back up from Brighton to Newton. Mass back on westbound side is back to the Logan Airport to South Boston. 495 to the northbound side is back up from Milford all the way out to Route 9 in Westboro. 93 southbound side is back to around 485 out in Lawrence. 93 to the northbound side is back to around Route 485 Lawrence. 93 southbound side is back to 125 in North Edinburgh all the way after the Zinkin Bridge. 7 Expressway to the northbound side so for the split all the way to the Mass Pike. 7 Expressway both ends back to the 38 all the way out to the Mass Pike. 93 both ends downtown Boston is back up. 93 to the northbound side is back to from Stone Meadow Route 128 Boston. 93 southbound side back to 125 in North Edinburgh all the way to the Zinkin Bridge Boston. Route 1 is southbound side back to the rear all the way to Route 93 Boston. 7 Telescope County Tunnel look again. Mass back on the southbound side is back to from Logan Airport all the way to South Boston. Route 2 on the westbound side. Slow around 128 in Lexington. Route 2 eastbound side is back to from 60 in Belmont through the first part Parkway Cambridge. 495 on the southbound side it is back up from Hudson all the way to Marlborough. 290 on the eastbound side is slow around Route 45 in Marlborough. 485 both ends back to the low stretch. 485 southbound side is slow around the 93 in Lawrence. 93 southbound side back to New Hampshire. But otherwise, 7 New Hampshire highways are looking good, and highways and byways in Maine and Vermont are looking good. Interstate 87 southbound side also around Route 11 Champlain, New York. Interstate 87 southbound side is backed up from Red Lake all the way to Latham, and 98 on the westbound side is backed up at 77 to the Thruway in Albany, and the 3 eastbound side is slow at 87. Interstate 87 slow from Colony down to the Freeway, and Interstate 88 westbound side slow after the Freeway in Schenectady. Peter Chill News Time, 8:44 on this Wednesday morning, and it's time now for our weather report. Latest at the tropics reports the Air Force Reserve reconnaissance aircraft get that the strong tropical of the wave located to a lot Barbados to produce winds of 40-45 miles an hour, regardless of where. And that the system becomes a tropical system before it moves front into the lesser Antilles. Tropical storm force was at every range spread across Guadeloupe, Dominican, St. Lucia today. Satellite and the surface observations suggest that the circulation associated with the system has become better defined, and the reconnaissance aircraft will get a mission to determine if a tropical storm has formed. The system is moving westward to west northwestern around 50 miles an hour, expected to pass over the lesser Antilles later today. And move over to the southeast security seat tonight or Thursday. Interested in what had suffered? Leave it out. Should consult product issue by National Meteorological Service, including possible Trump, so works and waters. Interested in money. Cut it. Go. Aruba and along the Northern coast of South America should also monitor the progress by the disturbance. Formation chance 4 hours and 5 days high 9%. And serves two disorder showers of the thunderstorms along the coast of the western Gulf of Mexico and associated with the weak low pressure area near typical Mexico. The lowest forecast moving inland later today that significant development in the system is not expected. For 4 hours, low 10% formation chance for 5 days, low 10%. All right, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For today, Patrick Drizzle before 10 a.m. Patrick Drizzle to church showers after 10 a.m. Punch bag before noon. Otherwise, Glasgow at 60 degrees. Northeast around 5 to 7 miles an hour. Gust is high 25 miles an hour. Church reaching 30%. For today, Patrick Drizzle to church showers. Well, Glasgow about 53 degrees. Northeast around 6 to 10 miles an hour. Gust is high 22 miles an hour. Church reaching 40%. New is about less than 10 minutes possible. For Thursday, slight church showers. Most Glasgow about 60 degrees. And northeast around 8 to 10 miles an hour. Gust is high 20 miles an hour. Church reaching 20%. For today, church showers. Glasgow low about 53 degrees and northeast about 9 to 11 miles an hour. 21 miles an hour. Temperature 40%. New is about less than 10 minutes possible. For Friday, stars like the Glasgow at 62 to about 54 degrees. Northeast about 14 miles an hour. Just beach at 6%. Saturday, stars like the Glasgow at 64 about 54 degrees. Just beach at 6%. Sunday, church showers. Most Glasgow about 60 to about 53 degrees and just beach is 45%. Monday, most Glasgow at 68 about 51 degrees. And Tuesday, most Glasgow are about 66 degrees. Currently, not near it is overcast skies, and we have a temperature of 59 degrees with humidity of 95%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this September the 28th, 2016. Wednesday, Peter. Have a good morning and a goodbye, day, y'all. So you have new time for a new time report. You have a good morning.